So, the thing about recording these talks or meditations or whatever you want to call them is I always find myself wanting to be in the right headspace in order to record them. But what I've found from a user's perspective or when I'm listening to a meditation or recording, I think I just like it better sometimes when the person I'm listening to is right there in it with me. So, welcome to this meditation where I'm right there in it with you. You ever just have one of those days where you just can't keep people out of your field? You know, all of these things about letting that shit go and not giving a fuck and knowing who you are as a person and knowing that you're not supposed to be for everyone. But every once in a while, there'll be a day or a week or a Mercury retrograde where people just get into your skin. Like they found a crack and then the crack opens and just more and more people start to pour in. And, maybe the first one or two, we go, oh, well, that was just one. We can kind of shake it off and it's not a big deal. And then all of a sudden, you're just starting to question everything. So if you're having a day like that, me too. And what I really like about recording myself during times like these is that I get to share probably what you and I both need to hear. And what I really love is it's not just about holding space for one person, but it's about holding space for both of us in this. And we both get to recognize and see each other and witness this ugh, just grossness that we're feeling, so that we can both know that even if it's not feeling okay right in this moment, it will be okay. And something I like to remind myself too is when I'm feeling extra shitty, that also means I'm acknowledging that I know what it feels like to not feel shitty. So it means that I won't always be stuck like this. My name is Alex Tacket, and welcome to this guided meditation. And what's really beautiful about this one is I have no idea what's going to happen. We're just going to wing it, you and me both here. So you can do this standing or sitting. You could have this in your headphones while you're still at work, while your shitty boss keeps double checking about all the things you've already done, but they keep micromanaging you. There's no rules. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And also, if you get frustrated and turn it off, or frustrated and just it doesn't work, that's okay. It's all still progress. And I want to congratulate you for even being able to turn this on. And while I'm here, I'm going to congratulate myself for turning the mic on. So wherever you are, if it feels good to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. And whether you are or not, just relax your shoulders, and let's just start with a little scan to see where we're holding tension. And today I feel like starting at the crown of my head, so I'm going to start at the crown of my head. And you can start at the crown of yours too. And let's go ahead and sense the space between the crown of our head and the top of our energetic field. So for me, the energetic field goes about 2.5 feet in every direction around me widthwise, and then maybe a 1.5 feet above me on the top. So just sensing into that space between the crown of your head and the top of your field. And I always imagine my field like a bubble, or I'm inside of a snow globe. So if that visualization works well for you, then you can use it. And if not, just imagine a spot about 1.5 feet above your head. Without trying to change anything or do anything differently, just feel into that space. While we're here, we're going to start to deepen our breath. So breathing in every direction in our lungs. So left, right, front, back, top, bottom. And as we breathe into every direction in our lungs, start to breathe into your crown of your head in that spot like 1.5 feet above you. And as you feel into that space and breathe into that space, I'm a little spicy today, so I'm like, this is mine. As I breathe into these spaces, I am reclaiming it, and not politely today. This is my space. And this is your space. And as you reclaim that space, continuing to breathe, see if you can feel in to sort of that top sphere of your space. So crown of the head, and then maybe expanding into every direction. How far left can you feel into space? How far right? How far to the front? How far to the back? And can you feel into the top of your bubble? And as you continue to breathe, noticing what comes up. Does anger or anxiety or fear come up? And instead of trying to change those things, just noticing what you notice. And I also like to notice any colors or memories, or sometimes, or a lot of times, I can even sense the other people's energy that is inside of my space. So instead of letting myself get further sucked into whatever that story is, or whoever that person is, or how angry I am, we're just going to see it for what it is. So we don't have to get wrapped up in the story. Just notice what you notice. Good. And if you feel like it, if you're ready, we're going to move down to your third eye. And a lot of people think your third eye is at the front of your forehead, just above that spot between your eyebrows, but it's actually in the center. So, like, if there was a line connecting your left and right temple, and then a line from your crown of your head to your throat chakra, where those lines intersect is where your third eye center is. So just like we tapped into and reclaimed our space in the crown of the head, go ahead and reclaim that space in your third eye center. So third eye is your seat of your intuition, that place where you just know things, like know with a capital K. You know things without someone ever having to teach you or tell you. You just know some things. And as you kind of build this relationship with yourself of studying yourself and being with yourself, you build that relationship with your intuition, because your intuition is usually right. And I would say 100% right. I don't usually speak in definites, but that's how I feel when I'm not questioning myself. And I also notice that the only time I question myself is when other people's energy is in my field. So all the more reason to reclaim that space. So feeling first into your third eye center and feeling into all sides of it. And let's check in with the breath. So breathing into every direction in the lungs. And then we're going to add breathing into your third eye center, as if your lungs were located there as well, or that was an extension of your lungs. Good. And as you reclaim that space, this is mine. This is my space. No one else is allowed in here but me. And as you reclaim that space, you can start to send your awareness into sort of that same 3D awareness that we did with the crown of the head. So third eye center moving outwards towards your temples and your forehead and your eyes, and the space in front of you, about 2.5 feet in front of you, and to the left and to the right and behind you. So like back of the head, back side of your field. This is my space. Good. And if you feel like it, you can always stay there as long as you want to. You don't have to go as slow as me, or you can always move on if you're going faster. Both are right. When you're ready, let's move into your throat space. So throat chakra, your ability to speak your truth, stick up for yourself, say yes when it feels like a yes, say no when it feels like a no. And when we're truly tapped into our own energy and our own power, this yes and no has nothing to do with anyone else. And it is righteous and it's true. It's your truth. No one else has to understand it. You don't have to over explain. You don't have to stay quiet because of someone else's truth. And breathing into every direction, or the lungs in every direction, and breathing into your throat as well as an extension of your lungs, reclaiming that space, just simply with your awareness, clearing out any energetic hitchhikers or barnacles that are camped out in your throat chakra. And then when you're ready, you can start to send out in that 3D plane, reclaiming the space around all sides of your neck, and the tops of your shoulders, and the space in front of you in your field, and your left and your right, and the back side. And if you're anything like me, you always have a little bit harder of a time tapping into the back side of your field, and that's okay. It just takes a little bit of extra practice. Good. And when you're ready, heart space, move into your heart space. And our heart space is our center for unconditional love. And if you're here, you're probably like me, and it's really, really easy to have unconditional love and compassion and understanding for everyone else but yourself. And right now, recognizing that both you and I deserve to have that unconditional love from us, because even if other people have that towards us or for us, nothing will feel like having that unconditional love and compassion and understanding and forgiveness from us. And breathing that into all sides of your heart space. And yeah, I just got really tender when I said the word forgiveness. So noticing if there's anything that you need to forgive yourself for. Anything you can just soften the edges of that internal speak of how you speak about yourself and how you think of yourself. Just soften the corners. You don't have to worry about changing the entire thing, the entire dialogue. Just soften just a little. You try so hard. And what you do is enough. It's so enough. And when you're ready, sending that awareness out in every direction, front of you, back of you, left and right. And at the heart, I always love to check in with the other three chakras I just checked in with. So checking in with the top three, and notice how maybe you feel more connected or aligned or clearer on the top part of your field and top part of your body. Maybe not, that's okay too. Noticing what you notice. And when you're ready, moving into your solar plexus. Your third chakra is located just above the belly button. That's your power center. So, where your truth and your power come from. And feeling into all sides of your third chakra. And if you're having trouble imagining what it feels like to be sure of yourself, just pretend you knew what it felt like. What would someone who had compassion and was sure of what they thought and who they were feel like in their third chakra? What would someone who wasn't so worried about what other people thought about them feel in their third chakra? This is my space. No one's allowed in my power. This is your space, and no one's allowed in your power. No one is any more right than you. No one is any more deserving than you. No one's better than you. And when you're ready, moving out in every direction, reclaiming that space around the third chakra. You're so good at this. And when you're ready, moving down into your second chakra, located about 2 inches below your belly button. And this is your center for creativity, play, your sexuality, how you express yourself, your relationship with abundance and money. And all of those topics and all of those parts of ourselves are so open to shame and guilt and the opinions of others. And thus, for me, and if you're like me, the place where I get to do the most of my work in reclaiming my space and who I am and what play means to me, and what my relationship with my body and sexuality means to me, and my relationship with abundance and allowing abundance to enter into my life and to enter into yours. And it's in this space I also like to remind myself that shame and guilt is not a feeling or an emotion we were born knowing how to feel. Someone had to teach us how to feel that, which means any feeling of shame or guilt around money or having fun or splurging on yourself or your sexuality and who you love, how you dress. Any feeling of guilt and shame around that is not yours, so it's someone else's energy. And it begins so early, it's so easy for that to be woven into who we think we are. And we'll sit and breathe into our lungs and reclaim this space. This is who I am. No one else has to understand any of these things about you for them to still be true. When you're ready, moving into the space around your second chakra, into your internal organs and your belly, into your low back, and outward into your field in every direction. Who you are is allowed to be here. And when you're ready, moving into your root chakra, where us just feeling physically safe and having our basic needs met live. So if it's hard to tap into this space, is there any kind of phrase that you think of that you need to hear, or some way to make sure that you are physically safe or some other basic need isn't being met, that you as the adult for yourself can work to give that to yourself? One of my favorite ways, which mine's feeling a little shy right now, and one of my favorite ways to just center and connect with my root chakra and that feeling of safety and groundedness is to literally drop roots down from my root chakra through whatever I'm sitting on, or if you're standing, through your feet, and down into the floor and down into the earth, and just feel it grow deep, deep down, and feel as the tendrils of your roots go down and kind of in every direction, things start to get quiet and calm and cool and dark. And with that typically comes some clarity and settling for me, so maybe that will happen for you. And what I love about the roots also is you can drop anyone's energy down through the roots that's still hanging out and hanging on with you. And you can just send it down into the earth and out of your field. The earth will absorb it and neutralize it and send it back to wherever it came from. Letting go of any need to solve any problems or answer any questions right now. Your only job is to just be here and breathe. When you feel ready, you can leave your roots there and start to move out in every direction from your root chakra, pelvis, hips, forward, backward, left, and right. And then let's go ahead and send it down to the entire bottom half or bottom quarter of our bubble. And reclaim that space. This is my space. You can stay there as long as you like. And if and when you're ready, you can start to check back in with the rest of your chakras. So I like to feel all the way in, like root, second, third, heart, throat, third eye, crown. And maybe even you can feel them all at once. And if one is still feeling a little shy or like it needs extra attention, you can spend some more time there. Or if you're ready to start to come out, you can also start to come out. We don't have to do this until it's in its entirety. And if we did, we'd likely be here for a really long time. So we don't have to just like make everything perfect. And as you fill into all of your chakras and all of your body and all of your bubble, let's go ahead and feel our entire bubble 360 degrees in every direction. You can leave your roots down underneath you, grounding you down and giving you sort of an out to send out any energy that's not yours. And then we're going to set the outside of our bubble at a bright white light that both keeps out anyone else's energy, opinions, expectations, wants, or needs from entering into our bubble or our body. And it also keeps your own energy in the bubble. And as we set that filter, let's feel into that white light surrounding us and feel it sort of sending and reflecting your own energy back into you. Feeling in your low back and your kidneys and the places that just feel kind of stiff and like you haven't checked in on it in a while. Feeling in your bones and your blood and your hair and your eyes and your mind. And you can stay here and keep doing this, or if you're ready to sign off, I just want to say thank you for being here with me. I see you, and I know that you can do great things. Until next time.